Here we go, guys. We are
Pop, put your face down.
beginning
Pop, put your face down.
the green,
Pop, put your face down.
the Green Schoolhouse
So they
made a pyramid.
Mystery Day.
Pop, put your face down.
All right.
I told you to put your face down.
It is done.
No, it's not so they can't see your face.
Are you guys ready for the Green Schoolhouse Mystery Day?
But I can't see your eyes.
Leave my hat alone. That's because I'm super mysterious. Do I look like the man from the picture yesterday?
No.
Not at all.
No, because you don't have the black face.
Oh, so I don't have enough shadow on my face. Dove, can you turn off that light? How about now?
No.
Still not dark enough. Well, it can't happen because the computer is light from the computer. But we're just going to go with this, okay?
Not a tie.
This is I do have a tie. This is going to be our green school. No, turn that off. Because I want it darker. Can you make? Okay. All right, guys. We are gonna
Tell me.
something mysterious.
Look, this little guy can stretch his legs.
All right.
Police catching the
Look.
Police catching a bad guy is perfect. Okay, guys. You remember what we talked? You remember what we talked about yesterday, right? Let's quickly review what we talked about yesterday in terms of.
You know what? I read this book
Very good.
yesterday.
We are going to talk about the parts of a mystery that we need. Who remembers what are the?
this right now.
What is a mystery? Is a mystery?
Bad guy that put everything on
Okay.
fire.
Go to a water park where there's a mystery.
Bad guy right here.
Mystery bad guy. Okay.
Papa,
And everything is on fire.
but Papa, that I'm gonna it and
All right. Perfect. Okay, go draw your thing, please. All right, friends. So my friends, we are going to review very quickly the parts of a.
Can we do the puppet story?
Yes, we're going to do the puppet story, but first we need to remember all the parts of our mystery, right? So
Hook crime.
we need to have a. That's right, Sammy. We need to have a
Hook crime
hook.
setting.
What is a?
Dark, stormy night.
Very good. We need to have a hook, which is what? Something that makes us interested in the story, right?
And there also was the dark, stormy night.
And we need to have some sort of a setting, right? And the setting should be mysterious. The setting should feel kind of dangerous, right? So a dark and stormy night, maybe, or maybe something else. What else do we need to have in a mystery?
Maybe a cave.
Yes, Juliana. Maybe. What is it?
People.
We need to have people. We need to have characters in the mystery. And what's one of the most important characters that we have in a mystery?
The detective.
We need to have a detective. Very good. Somebody that's going to solve the mystery. What else do we need to have?
And we need a police to get the bad guy.
Yeah, we need somebody to apprehend the bad guy. What else do we need? We need a bad guy, right? We need a villain.
And we need a police.
We need a police. What else do we need? How does a detective usually solve the clues? Very good. We need to have clues in our mystery. Good. And we need to have two types of clues, right? To make it interesting, we need to have real clues and we need to have fake clues, right? Those are called red herrings. Fake clues.
Like failed clues.
Why are you recording yourself every time?
I am recording myself every time. So we need to have clues.
Why?
So that people that can't stay for the whole lesson or people that miss the lesson can watch it later. Okay? All right. So we need to have clues. We need to have real clues and fake clues. And what else do we need to have in a mystery? Nobody remembers?
We need
Yeah, we need a crime. Very good, Juliana. Something needs to go wrong, right? Maybe some money gets stolen. Maybe some ice cream goes missing. Maybe
a dog is gone.
maybe a dog has gone missing. Something needs to go wrong. Something needs to feel like there's a crime, right? What else do we need to have in a mystery? What else do we need to have in a mystery? What needs to happen at the end usually?
It should be solved.
It should be solved, right?
If it's not solved, it's like a very
bank robber.
Like a bad guy that I know.
The bank robber. Somebody that robs a bank. Okay.
Yeah, the one evil.
Okay, great. Perfect. Okay, so we know now all the parts of our mystery story. Before we make our popcorn mystery story with our puppets, I want to do a little warm-up for us, okay? So we kind of get our brains working a little bit in terms of creating together, okay? So what I want to do is, who knows, there's a poem that's called The House That Jack Built. Does anybody know The House That Jack?
I know.
Who knows that poem? That's right, in Russian. There's also a version in Russian. Who knows The House That Jack Built? Raise your hand. Perfect.
Jack built the pyramid.
The House That Jack Built. Now, what is interesting about the poem The House That Jack Built? Who can remember? What happens in that poem?
I don't remember.
Remember we played a game. We had a lesson about memory, and we played a game which was called Up in the Attic in a Big Black Box. Do you guys remember that game? Yeah, Juliana remembers, Rami remembers. It's when we one person says something, and then the next person has to repeat what that person said and add their own thing.
Can we do that?
We're going to do it right now as a warm-up for our mystery story, okay? So, yeah, you can do it. So, oh, you know what's a great thing too? There's also a book called There Was an Old Lady Who Swallowed a Bat.
Oh yeah.
Do you guys remember? Who knows that book?
Papa,
Those are funny books.
okay,
Yeah.
but Papa, don't do the game without me.
I won't. I'll start The House That Jack Built, and then when you come, we'll do the game. Okay, go. All right. So I'm going to read you this poem, The House That Jack Built, and you guys will see how this works, right? So every time we add a part to the poem, we're going to repeat, or this is an important word, we're going to reincorporate what was already said before, right? And we have to remember this. This is very important when we do our mystery story, because when you write a story, you can't just go off in all kinds of crazy directions. You always have to remember what happened before. If I say it was a dark and stormy night and it was raining outside, and then the next thing that we say is, and suddenly I heard my doorbell ring, right? And then we say, and I opened the door and it was a beautiful sunny day outside and there were birds chirping. Like, wait, what? I thought it was a dark and stormy night. How can it be a sunny, right? It doesn't make sense. Our story starts to not work if we forget where we were before in the story, right? So I'm going to read you guys The House That Jack Built, and you are going to see what it means to reincorporate, which means to reuse the things that we already know happened in our story, okay? So this is a poem, The House That Jack Built. This is the house that Jack built. And this is the malt. Malt is like seeds, like a grain. This is the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. And this is a rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. And this is the cat that killed the rat that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. Are you guys starting to see how this is similar to Up in the Attic in a Big Black Box, right? This is the dog that worried the cat, that killed the rat, that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. And this is the cow with a crumpled horn that tossed the dog, that worried the cat, that killed the rat, that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. And this is the maiden, all forlorn. Forlorn means sad. That milked the cow with a crumpled horn, that tossed the dog, that worried the cat, that killed the rat, that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. And this is the man, all tattered and torn, that kissed the maiden, all forlorn, that milked the cow with a crumpled horn, that tossed the dog, that worried the cat, that killed the rat, that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. And this is the priest, all shaven and shorn, that married the man, all tattered and torn, that kissed the maiden, all forlorn, that milked the cow with a crumpled horn, that tossed the dog, that worried the cat, that killed the rat, that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. And this is the rooster that crowed in the morn, that waked the priest, all shaven and shorn, that married the man, that all tattered and torn, that kissed the maiden, all forlorn, that milked the cow with a crumpled horn, that tossed the dog, that worried the cat, that killed the rat, that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. And this is the farmer sowing his corn, that kept the rooster that crowed in the morn, that waked the priest all shaven and shorn, that married the man all tattered and torn, that kissed the maiden all forlorn, that milked the cow with a crumpled horn, that tossed the dog, that worried the cat, that killed the rat, that ate the malt that lay in the house that Jack built. Whew. Right? Now, there's a version of this story there's a version of this poem in Russian. Do you find it? Are you the man? You're the man. Okay, Dov found, you barely found it, but you found it. Dov found this book, which many of you know. Who knows this book? Raise your hand. Nobody knows? Well, guess what? This book works exactly the same way that the house that Jack built, right? So let's take a look. This is called There Was an Old Lady Who Swallowed a Bat.
When I found it, I was so impressed with myself.
You should have been impressed with yourself. There was an old lady that swallowed the bat. I don't know why she swallowed the bat. Imagine that.
Oh, I know this story.
Yeah. There was an old lady who swallowed an owl. My, oh my, she started to howl. She swallowed the owl to shush the bat. I don't know why she swallowed a bat. Imagine that. There was an old lady who swallowed a cat. What do you think? Now, so
I know one that swallowed a fly.
she swallowed the cat to chase the owl. She swallowed the owl to shush the bat. I don't know why she swallowed a bat. Imagine that. Right, there's the cat that's shushing the owl that, what is it? No, the owl is shushing the bat, the cat to chase the owl. There was an old lady who swallowed a ghost. What do you think? She liked it the most. Swallowing a ghost there.
I can't see it. Oh no! I can't see it.
She swallowed the ghost to catch the cat. She swallowed the cat to chase the owl. She swallowed the owl to shush the bat. And I don't know why she swallowed a bat. Imagine that. There's the ghost to scare the cat, to chase the owl, to shush the bat. All right? See how it keeps building, right? There was an old lady who swallowed a goblin. It made her so dizzy, she started to spin. She swallowed the goblin to scare the ghost. She swallowed the ghost to catch the cat.
How about this is the funny.
She swallowed the ghost to catch the cat.
Oh, this one, this cat is very funny.
She swallowed the cat to chase the owl.
And she swallowed the owl.
And she swallowed the owl to shush the bat. And I don't know why she swallowed the bat. Imagine that. There was an old lady who swallowed some bones. There were so many, she started to groan. She swallowed the bones to rattle the goblin.
Can you show us the goblin?
Swallowed the bones to rattle the goblin.
The goblin.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Noshki.
She swallowed the goblin to, who remembers?
Get the goat.
To scare the ghost. She swallowed the ghost to catch the
Cat.
cat. She swallowed the cat to chase the owl. She swallowed the owl to shush the bat. And I don't know why she swallowed a bat. Imagine that. There was an old lady who swallowed a wizard. She cast a spell so she could yell, trick or treat. Right? This is a
Papa, the cat is so funny.
the cat is pretty funny. This is a book obviously it's about Halloween, but you can see how the way the story works is exactly the same as the house that Jack built. So now one last piece of our warm-up that we're going to do before we actually start telling our mystery story is we're going to tell a house that Jack built story about all of you guys.
How about
Yeah?
and the big black ball?
No. We're gonna do that
Not about me,
all
about
about
my
you.
mermaid.
Yes, all about you. Who wants to be the first one? I saw Dove's hand go up first. Okay.
Once upon a time.
Not once upon a time. This is the way it goes. There once was a boy named Dove who ate a bowl of soup. And who's next? Juliana. And this is Juliana, who made Dove laugh, and the soup came out his nose while the boy named Dove was eating the soup. Who's next? Aya. And this is a girl named Aya who told a funny joke to Juliana, and Juliana made Dove laugh, and Dove's soup came out his nose while Dove was eating the soup. Who's next? Who is next? And this is a boy named Rami who whispered the funny joke to Aya, and Aya told the joke to Juliana, and Juliana made a funny face and made Dove laugh, and the soup came out his nose while Dove was eating. And this is a girl, Sheila, who was eating a sandwich with a boy named Rami, who whispered the joke in Aya's ear, who told the joke to Juliana, and Juliana made a funny face, and that made Dove snort his soup out his nose while he was eating soup. And this is a boy named Daniel. And this is a boy named Daniel who made the peanut butter sandwich for Aya and Rami. While Aya and Rami were eating the sandwich, Aya whispered the funny joke into Juliana's ear, and Juliana made a funny face and made Dove laugh, and the soup came out his nose while Dove was eating the soup. And this is the boy named Spencer. Are you there?
No, the boy named
And
Sam.
this is the boy named Spencer who went to the store and bought the peanut butter for the peanut butter and jelly sandwich that Mila made for the girl named Aya and the boy named Rami, when Aya whispered the joke to Juliana, and Juliana told the joke to Dove, and that made him snort the soup out his nose. And this is the boy named Sammy who drove the car that had Spencer in it when they went to buy the peanut butter for the peanut butter and jelly sandwich that Mila made, that she made for Aya and Rami, when Aya whispered the joke to Juliana, and Juliana told the funny joke to Dove, and it made him snort the soup out his nose.
And now tell about a joke about you.
About me?
Yeah, I'm gonna make one.
You're going to make one? Okay, Dove is going to make one. Go.
I know. There was a grown-up named Sasha
Uh-huh.
that was eating
Tapping the car. Tapping the car.
There was a grown-up named Sasha that was eating apples and grapes that he was eating.
Too long. It's got to end. It's got to be quick. There was a grown-up named Sasha that was eating apples and grapes. And this is, who's next? And this is a girl named I saw Mila's hand go up first. And this is a girl named Mila who went to the store and bought the grapes that the grown-up named Sasha was eating. And this is a girl named Juliana that built the store where the girl Mila bought the grapes that the boy named Sasha was, the grown-up's named Sasha was eating. And this is a boy named Dove who got the bricks and gave them to Juliana, who built the store where the girl Mila bought the grapes, and gave them to Sasha, who ate them.
No, I want to make it funny.
It is funny.
No,
and
stop.
and what do you mean?
I wanted to say like, and then and then Juliana told, and then Mila told Sasha a funny joke, and he laughed. And the apple and grapes.
Oh, so we wanted to go the same way. We want the apple and grapes to come out my nose.
No, not out of your nose.
Out of your head.
Out of your skin.
Out of my skin. That's terrifying. Okay.
Like right here.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Okay. I think we are sufficiently warm to start our mystery story now.
How about in the big black box?
Up in the attic in a big black box. Okay. You guys want to play one round of up in the attic in a big black box? All right. Here we go. Who's starting?
Me.
Go.
Me. Up in the attic in a big black box, I put a sunflower.
Okay, Juliana, go.
Up in the attic in a big black box, I put a sunflower and a bug.
And a
I
bug.
don't know even how to play this.
So now, Aya, you have to say up in the attic in a big black box, and you have to repeat what Dove said, what Juliana said, and then add your own thing.
I don't know.
So say, Aya, you would say up in the attic in a big black box, I put what did Dove put in the big black box? A sunflower.
A sunflower.
What did Juliana put in the big black box? Got to pay attention. A bug. And now Aya,
you can't help her.
she doesn't know how to play the game.
But you're cheating.
I'm not cheating. I'm helping her to understand how to play the game. She doesn't know how to play. She's never played it before. You have to be understanding that some people know the game and other people don't. It's not fun if some people don't know how to play. Okay.
It's not fair if you come on.
This is not about competing. Everybody having a chance to play. Aya, what happened? Something happened.
And I put it in my mermaid inside.
Mermaid. Perfect. Who's next? Rami, go.
Up in the
Attic.
attic in a big black box, I put a sunflower, a bug,
Good.
and a mermaid,
Good.
and a cup.
And a cup. Perfect. Who wants to go next? No, anybody raising their hand. Sammy, you want to go? Mila. Okay, go Mila. Oh, can't hear you, Mila. Mila, unmute.
You have to unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself, Mila. Hold on. Put up. Okay, go, Mila. Unmute. Oh, if you don't unmute, then you can't play. Okay, Daniel, you go. You don't want to go, Daniel? Okay. Spencer, can you unmute yourself? Do you want to go?
Nice.
Do you want to go, Spencer?
I baked some black cod.
Okay, I guess not. Mila, are you going to go or not? You have to unmute yourself. Unmute. No, Mila, not working. You can't unmute yourself.
Are you gonna make dinner?
Struggle bus. No, Mila? Okay, Mila, when you figure out how to unmute yourself, we'll play the next game. So where were we? I go next, right? Up in the attic in a big black box, I put a sunflower, a bug, a mermaid, a cup, and a spaceship. Sammy, you want to go next?
Okay.
You got to be close so we can hear you. You got to be closer so we can hear you.
Well, I don't know the first up. Up in the attic or what? I don't know.
Up in the attic in a big black box.
Up in an attic in the big blue box.
Black box.
I put a sunflower, a bug, a
a mermaid, a cup, a spaceship, and the green schoolhouse.
And the green schoolhouse. Who wants to go next? Mila, are you ready to unmute? You're still trying to figure it out? Okay, I guess Dove has to go next. Go, Dove.
Open the attic in big black box. I got a sunflower.
Oh my goodness.
I
No helping him. Dove, what's going on, bud? Too much pressure.
a bug.
Thank you.
Mermaid.
Uh-huh.
A cup.
Uh-huh.
The green schoolhouse.
Nope.
Ah.
Okay, Dove's out.
Hey!
Oh, I know how to say it.
Oh.
Up
All
in
right.
an attic in the big blue box.
Wait,
I put
Sammy, wait. We got to take turns. Wait.
I'm telling him how to say it.
No, he's out already. He forgot. We have to take turns. Go.
Hey,
Julie.
no, that's not fair.
What do you mean? That's how it works. If you can't say the whole thing, we'll play again. Juliana, go.
It's not a blue box.
It's a black box. That's right. Go, Juliana.
Attic in the big black box. There, I put a sunflower, a bug, a mermaid, a cup, a spaceship, the green schoolhouse, and a TV.
And a TV. Okay. Who was next? It was Aya, right?
I want to do it for Aya.
No, wait. No, Aya's got. Aya, you gonna go or are you out?
I think she's gonna lose.
Well, you don't know that. Aya, are you gonna go?
No.
No. Okay. Aya's out.
I just go, then you're out.
Aya's,
I don't want to go, and you're out.
Aya's out. And Sammy, you gotta wait your turn. Next was Mila, I think. Mila was muted. No, I didn't say that. I said we're going to finish this game and then we'll do one more game. Okay, so
So everyone's out?
no, well, Aya's out. So now it was, I guess, Sammy.
And Dove is out.
Dove is out. So go, Sammy.
Up in the attic in the big black box, I put a sunflower, a bug, a mermaid, a cup, a spaceship, a green schoolhouse,
Okay.
a TV, and a goonka.
In a goonka?
Yeah, that is Daniel. But that's Daniel. I'm saying Daniel's.
Daniel.
name.
Oh, Daniel's name. Okay. Now it's my turn. Up in the attic in a big black box, I put a sunflower, a cup, mermaid. No, I got it wrong. I'm out. Oh no! What was it?
You said cup. It was bug.
Oh, it was a bug. Okay, I'm out. Who's left?
Yes,
Sammy and Juliana are left. Go, Juliana. I'm not helping you. I'm playing by the rules.
Up in the attic in the big black box, there was a sunflower, a bug, a mermaid, a cup, a spaceship, the green schoolhouse, a TV,
Oh,
Goonka,
ugh.
and a hat.
A hat?
My turn.
Go, Sammy.
Sammy.
Yeah, it's you, Sammy. It's just two of you left.
Echo.
Okay, go. And Juliana left. Go, Sammy.
Up in the attic in the big black box, I put a sunflower, a bug, a mermaid, a cup, a spaceship, a green schoolhouse, a TV, after the TV was the Goonka, then a hat, and a Rami.
Rami. Okay, go, Juliana.
Up in the attic in the big black box, I put a sunflower, a bug, a mermaid, a cup, a spaceship, the green schoolhouse, a TV, Dunka, a hat, Rami, and
What?
a banana.
Banana. Go, Sammy.
Up in the attic, in the big blue box, in the big black box, I put a sunflower, a bug, a mermaid, a cup, a green schoolhouse, a TV. No, wait, a TV.
You got it wrong.
Okay, Juliana wins. All right, good
No,
job.
but Mila did not play.
Well, Mila wasn't participating, so it's okay. All right, guys, let's begin our mystery story, and then we'll play one more up in the attic at the end of the lesson.
You said when this finishes.
We'll play. Can we do the mystery story, and then we'll do it at the end? You guys want to start the mystery story? Or should we play one more up in the attic? Let's take a vote. Who wants
One more up in the attic.
one more up in the attic? Okay, fine. Who's playing?
And then after the class up in the attic.
Rami, are you playing? I don't see you or hear you. Rami, are you going to play? Stop breaking my cardboard. Are you going to play, Rami? Okay,
No.
Rami. Daniel, you
I
going to
can't see Rami.
play? Spencer, you going to play? No. Mila, Juliana.
Wait, close your video if you're not playing.
I don't know. So
Maybe his mom just tells him and he just does
sit down.
his own
It's
stuff.
possible. Just like you do your own stuff a lot of the time. Okay, Dove, are you playing? So come sit down. Stop jumping.
Is Goonka playing?
Daniel, are you going to play? No, Daniel's just going to listen. He's going
Or you can just be muted. Or you can just be muted. if
He's going to
you're not
participate by
playing.
listening. Okay, great. So this time Juliana won, so she's going to start. Go ahead, Juliana.
Up in
Mila,
the
you have to
attic in
unmute
the
yourself.
big
Hey, sorry,
black
Juliana. Mila, you have to unmute if you want to play. And you have to stay with us because if you walk away, you're not going to hear what the other kids are saying.
What did you say?
I said if you want to play, you have to unmute and you have to stay here because if you walk away, you're not going to hear what the other kids are saying.
Okay, but I hear everything because I'm still in the kitchen. I was just wanting to get some орешки.
Okay, well, don't go too far. Okay, Juliana, go ahead.
Up in the attic in the big black box, I put a orange.
I'm being distracting. An orange, great. Who's next? Dove, go.
Open that in a big black box. I put an orange and a garbage can.
Okay. Who's next? Who's next? Sammy? Mila? Who wants to go? Okay,
What did he put in? What did he
He put a garbage can. Go, Mila.
I thought you can help him.
He didn't hear you because you didn't speak clearly. You
In the I don't remember what to say.
up in the attic in a big black box.
Up in the big black box,
Right.
I put orange, a garbage.
Okay.
Oh, she said garbage. Just garbage.
Garbage can. And
And A rubber ducky.
And a rubber ducky. Very good. Who's next? Sammy? Rami? Sammy? Are you going?
Nope. Wait.
No? Okay,
wait.
I'll go.
Wait,
Up
no,
and-
I'm gonna go. Wait.
What, could I go in upstairs and like get a something?
No.
Like, should go on the shield?
No, because if you leave, you're not going to play the game. Okay. All right, Sammy, I'm going to go. Up in the attic in a big black box, I put an orange, a garbage can, a rubber ducky, and a treasure chest. Sammy, are you going to go or are we going to go back to Juliana?
Go back.
Okay, Juliana, go.
Up in the attic in the big black box, I put an orange, a garbage can, a rubber ducky,
Oopsies. Up.
Get out.
Maybe she'll remember.
I'm not out. I haven't said anything.
She's
yet.
thinking. Give her a minute.
Oh. If she says 1 and then she does it wrong, she's out. Or if she does not say anything.
All right, hang on. Give her a second. What do you think, Juliana? You want to try it or you want to be out? Okay,
I'll be out.
I think Juliana's out. That's okay. Good try. Good try. All right, Dove, you're up. Go. Speak
Up in
clearly.
the attic in a big black box, I put a orange, a garbage can, a rubber ducky,
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
He's out.
I don't know.
Did not get very far this game.
I'm not out.
Did you remember the next thing?
I told you you
Okay,
needed
so
to.
Okay, so you're out, Dove.
Hey, no!
If you don't remember the thing, you're out, just like Juliana didn't remember, and she's out. And I didn't remember last game, and I'm out. That's how the game works.
No.
Mila, go.
No, the game works if you don't remember, you could sing.
We gave you time to think, and you didn't remember.
But you have to sing.
Orange, rubber.
So say something. You have 5 seconds. 5.
okay.
And you could get 5 seconds.
If you want to say something, the game needs to move along. So if you want to say something, you need to say it.
All
Otherwise,
right. Okay. All right. So
That's when you go. What's scooching it, bro?
okay, out. Get out of my office. I want you to get out of my office.
Okay, whose turn is it? Cha-cha, just write it.
Okay, we're gonna call it a game, and we're all gonna be very upset at
Yeah,
Dole.
I'm ready. I think I'm ready.
no.
He's being a bad sport, and
Wow, you don't say that ever again.
Yeah.
He's a muted.
Yeah, because he does not want you to hear him.
Because the 42. Because Dover is shouting.
In his dad's face.
Yeah. Dover is shouting.
all right, friends. All right.
Whose turn is it?
It's Ken.
Write it in.
No,
Write it in.
nobody.
All right. All right, my friends. We are going to move on from this game, and we're going to do our mystery story finally. So it's going to be a popcorn story, which means that just like the attic game and just like the game with...
But we did not finish the game.
That's okay. We're going to move on. And just like the house that Jack built, we're each going to add one piece to the story, right? And it's important to remember the thing that the person said before you. Okay? So that is really, really important. So it means
Yeah, this is good.
you can't leave and you have to pay attention,
I'll
okay?
expand on that. I'll add some
Okay, hang on a second.
comments and whatnot. Yeah.
1 sec, guys.
someone can
Okay.
just write it down.
Yeah, hopefully I'll get, so we meet on Monday. I'll try to make some progress before that.
Who's
So
who's doing that?
we share and
That's
uh,
Grandpa.
Okay.
What was that?
That's somebody talking in the background.
That's Grandpa.
All right. So we are going to begin our mystery story finally, now that we're nice and warm. Okay. All right. Remember, you have to pay attention and you have to remember the thing that the person before you said. Okay. So who is beginning our mystery story? Who wants to start? I see Rami's hand up. Rami, go ahead.
So in a rainy, stormy night,
Okay.
I was in my house waiting for waiting for 10 p.m. to come.
That's it.
So-
Stop. That's it. Perfect, Rami. Good. We're going to stop there. We're going to each add a little tiny piece, okay? It was a rainy, stormy night, and Rami was in his house waiting for 10 p.m. to come. 10 p.m. is a time in the evening, right? For 10 p.m. to come. Who wants to go next? Go ahead, Mila.
Then somebody knocked on Rami's door.
Okay, good. Then somebody knocked.
No, knock on his door.
Somebody knocked on Rami's door. Who wants to go next?
Me.
Go ahead, Simon.
And on the doorstep was wait, I need to think of it first.
Okay.
Wait, no, was a boy.
Perfect. That's it. Very good. So it was, let's keep remembering our story from the beginning, okay? It was a dark and stormy night. Rami was at home waiting for 10 p.m. to come. Suddenly, somebody knocked on his door, and when he opened the door, on the doorstep was a boy. Okay. Who hasn't gone yet? Daniel, do you want to add a piece? Hang on, Mila. I didn't ask you. And
That was the hug answer. Okay. Again, Dolph is sounding like
so it was a boy standing on the doorstep. Daniel, do you want to add a piece? Spencer, do you want to add a piece to the story? If not, then we're gonna go back to Juliana. Okay, so Juliana, so it was a dark and stormy night. Rami was at home waiting for 10 p.m. to come. Suddenly somebody knocked on the door and he opened the door and there was a boy standing there. Go ahead, Juliana, you add a piece now.
I don't want to do the popcorn.
Oh, okay, you want to just listen?
And the boy was named
Go bad.
No, not right now because Tyler.
And so Rami asked the boy's name and the boy said his name was Tyler.
Yeah.
Okay, who wants to add the next part? Tyler. And who wants that? Mila, go ahead.
And then somebody hid behind his back, and it was evil bad.
No, don't say his name. It's gonna be like a detective, remember? Like a mystery.
Well,
So just why did you say this? His name, the boy's name.
It's okay. It's okay. We're just gonna let everybody build the story the way it happens. We're not gonna criticize anybody. We're gonna just accept everybody's suggestions. Okay. So the boy named Tyler was standing on the doorstep. Rami asked him his name. He said his name was Tyler. And suddenly, out from behind Tyler spraying evil bad?
Yes.
Okay, what happens next?
Uh,
And no, don't say it's evil bad. Say someone hit evil bad's back.
no.
No, I mean Tyler's back.
Well,
No.
I think we already went there. So we already said that evil bad jumped out from behind Tyler's back, right? So we already.
No, but they know it's evil bad then.
Well, that's okay. There's still plenty of characters we haven't used. Let's just keep going with the story.
But Tyler wasn't even Tyler. He was just evil bad. Evil bad turned himself into a boy named Tyler.
Evil.
To
Wait, hang on a second. Remember, we were just talking about that in the beginning. You have to remember what already happened before in the story. If you start making up new stuff that doesn't make sense with the stuff that came before it, then the story kind of starts to fall apart, right? So we have to stay consistent with the story that we were already doing. So if Tyler was standing on the doorstep and suddenly evil bad jumped out from behind Tyler, then that's what happened. We can't make up a new thing, right? And then Tyler suddenly turns into evil bad. Now we have two people on the doorstep. We have evil bad and we have Tyler, and we need to move the story forward. So imagine, here we have this dark and stormy night. We're at Rami's house. It's raining outside. The wind is blowing. The storm is happening. On his doorstep is a boy named Tyler standing there. How old is Tyler, by the way, Rami?
1,000.
What 1,000? How 1,000?
Wait, no.
Why is he 1,000?
Quadrillion. A quadrillion.
How about we make
5 years old.
Yeah, let's make him a
No,
real age. So
He's 4 years old.
Tyler is 5 years old. Tyler is 5. And out from behind Tyler jumps Evil Bad. And now both Evil Bad and Tyler are standing on Rami's doorstep. What happens next? What happens next? Rami, it's your doorstep. You got these two people at your front door. What do you want to do? You want to let them in?
I say, what? Why did you come to my house in this stormy night?
Perfect. Rami says, why did you come to my house on this stormy night? Right? And who answers? Does Tyler answer or does Evil Bad answer?
Evil Bad.
Evil Bad. What does he say, Mila?
Oh, I just want to scare you.
I just came to your house because I wanted to scare you. Okay, that's fine. So Evil Bad says, I just wanted to scare you. And then Rami says, Tyler, why are you here? And what does Tyler say?
Because Taylor went walking
Because I also wanted to scare you.
Okay, so Tyler and Evil Bad maybe are friends, and they went for a walk, and they both wanted to scare Rami.
Taylor needed to have mail like in 8:30, but it was only 8, so he went for a walk. But then in 8:30, he wanted to come in his house. He almost came, but then the storm came, and he looked inside. He didn't know actually is there mail inside, so he just ran inside Mommy's house. Again
what?
Again what? What are you doing?
You're muted. Again.
No.
He's not muted. We can't just hear him.
Hey. Just say something.
Just say something. We can't hear you.
I know. How about now?
Yes.
Okay. So
Now we can.
Tyler was out. He got caught in the storm. He was trying to do something like check his mail or something. He got caught in the storm, and he came to Rami's house because he wanted a warm place and a dry place to be. And Evil Bad happened to be walking nearby, and he just jumped out from behind Tyler to scare Rami.
Yes. And Tyler, so they could run away.
Okay, so Tyler and Evil Bad are now standing on Rami's doorstep. Do they come in?
Yes.
They come in. Okay, so they come into Rami's house, and what happens next?
Evil Bad breaks everything.
Well, hang on a second. This is an important thing now, because if we tell what it is that Evil Bad does, then we don't really have a mystery on our hands, do we? Now I think you guys came up with a really good story, because now we have a really interesting situation happening, right? We have Tyler and we have Evil Bad, and they both showed up to Rami's house late at night. Each of them had a reason why they wanted to be there. Tyler, this innocent little 5-year-old boy, needed to be at Rami's house because he got caught in the storm. He was just walking outside and it was wet and cold. And so Tyler just needed to a warm place to stay. He told Rami. That's what he told Rami. Do we know if it's true? We don't know for sure. Can we trust Tyler? Do we know if he's telling the truth? We don't know anything about him.
A stormy night.
Yeah, it's a stormy night. Anything could happen. So we don't know. So Tyler shows up at Rami's doorstep, claims that he just got caught in the storm and he needs a warm place to stay, right? Evil Bad is there because he said, he just wanted to come and scare Rami, right? So Rami invites them both inside. Rami invites them both inside because Rami's a nice guy and he doesn't want them to be out in the storm. And now Tyler and Evil Bad are both at Rami's house, and let me suggest something. And then Evil Bad says, boy, it sure was cold and wet out there. We're pretty cold and miserable, and it was really awful. And Rami, because he's such a nice guy, he says, well, can I get you some hot tea, Tyler and Evil Bad? And so they sit down on the couch and they say, of course. And Rami goes into the kitchen to make some hot tea for Evil Bad and for Tyler. And then what happens next, Mila?
Evil Bad was actually pretending that he was cold, but he wasn't.
Good, stop there. Wait, stop. Okay, so it sounds like maybe they're not really there for the reason that they say they are. Yes, Juliana?
When Rami comes back, checks if anyone stole. Actually, never mind.
I like where you're going with this, Juliana. So Rami comes back with the tea. They sit and they drink the tea. They talk. Evil Bad tells them about all the evil bad things that he did this week. Tyler, tells them about his what he drew in kindergarten or whatever. And then eventually it gets pretty late and Rami says, well, guys, I better get to sleep. And they say, yeah, thank you for letting us stay here during the storm. And they both leave, leaving their teacups on the table from the tea that they were drinking. And then Rami goes to bed. And then Rami wakes up the next morning and decides that he brushes his teeth, of course, and eats breakfast. And then he decides that he wants to play Lego. And so he goes over to his cabinet where his Lego set is. And guess what?
It had been stolen.
It's missing. The Lego set is missing. It's gone. Wow, thanks, Rami. That's weird. I clearly remember putting the Legos back yesterday afternoon after I was done playing with them. How could they be missing? maybe my sister Livia took them. So Rami goes upstairs and he says, hey, Livia, have you seen my Legos? And Livia says, Rami, leave me alone. I never touch your Legos. And so then Rami goes downstairs and he starts thinking, where could the Legos have possibly gone? He searches the entire house. He looks everywhere. He looks under the couch. He looks in the kitchen. He looks in the garage. He even checks his mom and dad's cars to make sure that he didn't accidentally leave them there. He calls his friend Dove and he says, hey, Dove, did you by any chance take my Lego the last time that you were at my house playing? And Dove says, no, I haven't been at your house in a long time. And then Rami says, wow, the Legos nowhere to be found. I could have sworn the Legos were here yesterday afternoon. What happened between yesterday afternoon and this morning, and now the Legos are missing? What happened, Mila?
Evil Bad took it.
Evil Bad took it.
Do we know that he took it?
No.
We don't know that he took it, but we do know that last night, Evil Bad and Tyler showed up at...
In the night, he stole them.
So Evil Bad and Tyler showed up at Rami's house, and they claimed that they were just hiding. You know, Tyler just wanted to come in from the storm. Evil Bad was just trying to scare Rami. And so they both sat in Rami's living room, and Rami went and made them tea in the kitchen, right?
Oh, I know.
And then he was with them. Rami was with them the whole evening. They were talking, and then they left. And then the next morning, it turns out the Legos were stolen.
No, I know.
Yes, what is it?
Because I like in the cabinet where the door is.
Night, he stole the Legos.
So he could just go and like, oh, there's Legos. Oh, this is Rami's thing. He takes it. And then where's my Lego set?
So we know that somebody must have taken Rami's Lego set.
I know what happened.
You know what happened? Well, let's...
I think what happened is, bad.
Who has a timer?
They sneaked to the cabinet. They got
Who had a timer?
Yeah.
And when he went to sleep,
Yeah.
they opened the door again. They took the Lego, they hide it,
Yeah.
and they came
Well, that's possible, but you're just guessing. We don't really know any of that until we find some clues, right? If we think that Evil Bad or Tyler or both of them stole Rami's Legos while he was making the tea, we don't know that for sure unless we can find some clues. So let's walk around Rami's house and see if we can find any clues. Yes, Juliana.
When he went out of his cabinet, he looked on the floor and he found one Lego piece.
Aha! Rami goes over to his cabinet again to check, and he finds a single Lego piece laying on the floor by the cabinet. Right? And then he starts to look closer. That means, indeed, somebody took the Legos out of the cabinet. But who was it? Was it Evil Bad? Or was it Tyler? Or was it somebody else?
all of the puppets. All of
Or
the
was it somebody else? And then...
You need to look how do they like go?
Yeah.
Where do they
Where does the trail go? So then Rami started looking closer for maybe like a trail of Legos, and then he found two more clues. The first clue that Rami found was a strand of thin black hair on the ground next to the cabinet. Who do we know that has thin black hair?
Ooh, Evil Bad.
And then Rami also found some tea stains from tea that had been spilled near the cabinet. So what does that tell you guys?
It's Evil Bad.
It tells you somebody was drinking tea next to that cabinet.
So it's Evil Bad who spilled the tea.
Uh-huh.
And he dropped a hair.
Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so what should we do now? Should we go call the police?
Why do we need the police? We could I could
Maybe.
look for.
We can call Puppet Papa to help us. We call Puppet Papa and we say, hey, Puppet Papa, last night we had a robbery. We suspect that Evil Bad came to Rami's house and he stole his Legos. Oh, yeah? Well, how do you know that? How do you know that it was Evil Bad?
Because so first some tea was on the floor where my cabinet of Legos was, and Evil Bat always does bad things, so he spilled the tea. And then we found some black hair.
We found some black hair.
It needs to be black. It needs to be Puppet Papa or Evil Bad, because Puppet Papa also has.
I know, but it's true, but Puppet Papa wasn't the one that came to Rami's house last night, right? It was Evil Bad that was there. So Puppet Papa and Rami.
And he's nice.
They go over to Rami's house, to Evil Bad's house, and they knock on the door and they say, hey, Evil Bad. Hey, Puppet Papa, what's up? Well, Evil Bad, we had a situation happen last night where some Legos were stolen from Rami's house. Did you happen to know anything about that? Me? Stealing Legos? I would never do something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah? Well, guess what? We found some black hair next to Rami's Lego cabinet, and it looks just like yours. And we know that you were at Rami's house last night, and we know that he made you tea, and it looks like some tea was spilled next to the Lego cabinet, right? So it must have been you, Evil Bad, while Rami was making you tea, you took your tea and you went to the Lego cabinet and then you took out the Legos. Wait a minute. That doesn't make sense. Why doesn't that make sense? Well, let's think about this. We found some tea spilled next to the Lego cabinet, right? But we thought that Evil Bad stole the Legos while Rami was in the kitchen making tea. So how could Evil Bad spill the tea when Rami hadn't made it yet?
Maybe he came when he was sleeping.
No, I don't think so. Rami, didn't you lock the door after you let them out?
Yes.
Okay, so Rami definitely locked his door.
My door just locks by itself.
Oh, it locks by itself. So there's no way Evil Bad could have come back inside the house after he already left. So that means that somebody...
He got through the window.
Maybe he got in through the window. Rami, did you check all your windows? Were any windows unlocked or any windows broken?
No.
No? Well, it must not have been that. Okay, so if somebody spilled some tea next to the Lego cabinet and there was a hair that was from Evil Bad next to the Lego cabinet, then and the Legos are missing, but the tea couldn't have been spilled while Rami was making the tea. So maybe the tea is what?
Maybe when he was going with tea, he just spilled it so he would take it with 2 hands.
Maybe, or maybe the tea is just...
Again.
We can't hear you.
We can't hear you. Mom,
How about now?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Maybe the tea was the red herring. Maybe the tea is something that got spilled later. Yeah, Juliana.
Maybe
How much kill it?
he went there when Mommy wasn't looking with his teeth.
Maybe that happened. Maybe that happened. So the only real clue that we have is that there's a hair from Evil Bad next to the Lego cabinet, right?
We just started when 3 counted.
And we also know that Evil Bad in general does bad things, which doesn't necessarily mean that he's the one that stole the Legos, but it does mean he is more suspicious, right? Now, if we leave this story right here, if we stop telling the story right now, how are you guys going to feel?
Upset.
Yeah, upset. Why?
Because we haven't finished the interesting story.
Because we haven't finished the interesting story, because we haven't solved the crime, right? We need to solve this crime. Otherwise, it's going to be not a great story. If we just say, you know what, forget it. It doesn't really matter who stole the Legos. Well, guess what? Rami is missing some Legos. And he's really sad because his Legos got stolen, right?
And what can I do?
What can you do?
3 hours of looking TV.
That's right. So what do we need to do? We need to look for more clues, right? Yeah, Juliana.
I have one more suggestion that Evil Bad might have taken the Legos.
Oh yeah, what is that?
That he brings tea in his pocket that could be seen, and then or the puppy took the tea cup and the tea couldn't be seen, so he went there when he was making the tea and he spilled that tea that he already had, and he dropped the Lego, and
Possible.
yeah,
That's possible. And then I guess there's one more thing we can do to check if it was Evil Bad that stole the Legos, right? We can
We should look inside his house.
Yeah, we can ask him if we can look inside his house to see if he will let us see if maybe he's got the Legos inside, right?
And Bobby, you know what? I'm very smart. So if he says no, that we can't look, that means he took the Legos and he doesn't want to get them back.
So Dove says if we ask Evil Bad, hey Evil Bad, do you mind if we check in your house and see if you have the Legos? And he says, no, you can't look inside my house. Then Dove thinks that definitely means that Evil Bad stole the Legos. Now, you guys know that that's a good idea, Dove, but you guys know that that's not true, right? And you guys know that nobody has the right to just ask to come inside your house and look inside your house. Does everybody understand that? A police officer, for example, could never come to your house and say, okay, I'm going to come and search your house, right? That's not allowed. That's illegal. So you can never do that. You can be careful, though. If you're about to knock over that picture. You can never come to somebody's house and say, I'm going to come in and search your house, right? You need a special authorization called a warrant in order to search somebody's house. You cannot ever just go to somebody's house and search it without the proper authorization, right? So we can't do that. We have to, I know, but we have to follow the law. We can't, Evil Bad is not guilty because we haven't proven that he's guilty, right? Now, if Evil Bad is standing in the doorway of his house and we say, Evil Bad, did you take Rami's Legos? And he says, no. And then as he turns to leave, suddenly one of Rami's Legos falls out of his pocket.
Uh-huh.
Now we know for sure that Evil Bad did take Rami's Legos, right? But unless that happens, we can't know for a fact, and we definitely can't just come into his house and search it, nor can the police unless they have a warrant. So that's very important. I know we're talking about made-up mystery stories, but you guys need to know that as kids, okay? Yes, Mila.
Then
all of the puppets came out of his house and said, "Hey, evil bad, why is Lego over the house?"
Aha! Then Gerardo and the little girl came out, and they said, "Hey, evil bad, what are you doing standing here in the doorway? When are you going to come back inside so we can play with Rami's Legos?" That would definitely tell us that evil bad was the one that took the Legos, right? All right, we're going to end the story here. I think we can all be pretty sure that since a piece of Lego fell out of evil bad's pocket and the other puppets said, "Hey, let's come back here and play with Rami's Legos," we can be pretty sure that evil bad was the one that did it. Okay, good job, you guys. You solved the case. We built a great mystery story. Fantastic job.
And it's 3:13.
It's 3:13. It's time for us all to go and do the things that we need to do. So thank you very much. It was a great lesson. I really enjoyed all of our fun games today. Yes, Juliana.